What's going on, Jam Fam, and welcome back to the gaming station. I know it took me like 2 weeks to get this skin, but I finally unlocked Wizard Barley. So let's go over this skin and talk about if it's worth it compared to the other season skins or not. Design. Alright, starting off the design of this skin, we're going to work our way from top to bottom. Byron's now rocking a pointed red and blue wizard's hat, and they also made some changes to his facial hair, giving him more of a pointed beard and a curly mustache. Small complaint real quick, they still left his red tinted glasses on, which isn't very wizard-like in my opinion. I think they should have changed the red tint to a transparent glass, because that would have looked a lot better to the theme of the skin, but it's like the smallest complaint I can think of, and you don't even see it in game, so it doesn't really matter. But moving on, Byron now has red and blue robes, which match his hat, and it's a good time to note that I really like the shade of red and blue they used for this skin. It looks really nice, but it's not too bright or in your face or anything like that. The robes also have an owl face on them, and this is going to be a real common thing with this skin since owls are traditionally associated with magic, and they really leaned into that with this design. To me, the owl face looks okay. I don't hate it, but I think it would look a lot cleaner if they would have just kept the top part of the robes blue, but that's just my opinion. They changed the trunk that Byron usually has on his back to look more like a treasure chest, and again, this has a gold owl on it as well. I do like the remodel of the trunk, and I don't really know why. I can't put my finger on it exactly, but to me, it just looks really good. And the last thing I'm going to point out about the design of this skin is that they changed his staff from a red and silver snake theme to a brown and gold owl theme. It pretty much just matches the treasure chest on his back. Like I said, they really leaned into the owl theme on this skin. Win and loss animations. For the winning animation, Byron levitates some potions over his head for a few seconds, then he does a hand wave and makes the bottles disappear before standing in his usual pose, just face the opposite way. And for his loss animation, Byron looks angry and does a facepalm before hanging his head in disappointment. One thing I noticed with this loss animation is that there seems to be frame drops when it's being done, and he loops the part where he hangs his head. Now, I'm not sure if the frame drops are an issue with my device, but I'm pretty sure the looping of him hanging his head isn't right since I can't think of any good reason why they would want to loop that part of the animation. Yes, there are skins that have looping animation now, like Coco Rosa and Trash Poco, but why would you want to loop this part of a losing animation? That doesn't really make sense. So right now I suspect that this is probably a bug and it's not supposed to be like that, but I could be wrong. Skin effects. As usual, no sound effect changes with this skin, but it's not really a big deal since it's a star point skin. However, there is one inconsistency with the sound design, and that's with the super because it still sounds like a bottle crashing, but he's throwing out a wooden chest. But that's the only issue I could find, and it's not that big of a deal, so we're just going to move on. Now, as far as visual effects, this skin is great. The attack projectile is changed to look like an owl, and my favorite part is that when it's flying through the air, there are stars and particle effects coming off of it. To me, it looks really good, and it's a step up from a lot of the more subtle effects that we've been getting on a lot of the recent skins. And like I said earlier, the super projectile is changed to look more like a treasure chest, and it leaves behind a cloud of blue smoke, and it has some of the same particle effects that the main attack has. I do kind of wish he still threw out a bottle, like a potion or something like that, because it would still be wizard theme and it would fit the sound effect better, but either way, it still looks really good. Value. So we can't put a monetary value on this skin since it's worth star points. However, you do have to suffer through 30 Power League wins and shell out 25,000 star points to unlock it. So is it worth the time investment and skipping end of season boxes for? Well, in my opinion, it definitely is. As far as season skins, this has the lowest requirement that we've gotten in rotation so far, other than maybe Smuggler Penny, but if I remember right, that season was only half the length of all the other seasons. And it does suck having to win 30 games in Power League, but that's a discussion on its own, so I won't get into that here. But when you compare this skin to the other season skins we've gotten, this one is the second best in my opinion. Saloon 8-Bit really isn't my cup of tea, so I haven't even bought it yet, and I do like Smuggler Penny, but it doesn't have win or loss animations, so Wizard Byron does offer more value there. And the only season skin I would put over this one is Jet Ski Jackie, and that's because the effects and the animations on that skin are amazing. But of course, Byron is a much better brawler, so you will get more mileage out of this skin as opposed to the Jackie skin. So my advice would be to slog through the Power League games just to make sure you get this skin into your shop, even if you don't intend on buying it now. You can always buy it at a later date if you're saving up for another star point skin, like one of the gold skins or something like that, or if you want to buy your season boxes. But I think this is a premium skin that every free-to-play player should be gunning for. It looks great, and it's on a really good brawler. There's really nothing to go wrong here. But what do you think about this skin? Have you unlocked it yet? Are you not interested in it? Or are you saving your star points for something else? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, that's going to do for this one. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.